Welcome to the race-by-race preview for Sha Tin on Sunday, and things are going to get a little dirty on this preview. No, Paul's not going to take his shirt off, but we've got 6 races on the all-weather upcoming, and the first is on the all-weather. It is a Class 5 over the 1,650 metres. Boom Alliance, Arthur's Kingdom, both on the class drop. Diamond Forever goes up in trip. Fiery Flying has placed 4 from 5 in this class. Devil and Gold, first time on the all-weather over 1,650. General winner, he having his first try over 1,650 as well. Spicy Skewer resumes, and Starship 80 has the blinkers off and the pacifiers with cows going on. 14 runners to charge into the first turn here, Paul, and Precision Goal, who comes off a 5th at Happy Valley last time, where he went forward, will go forward again.
I think so. Look, he went forward in a recent trial, and since he's been up in distance, he went forward at Happy Valley. I think he can go forward here once again from barrier 7. Star of Glory, another one who likes to go on, sit on the pace. Starship 80, just great too. Diamond Forever, I thought would get a nice run. Green Laser might be a bit tough. Devil and Gold's won a trial on the surface. Another one of these horses that hasn't raced on it though.
Market will be a good guide for Devil and Gold. Ellis Wong takes a £10 claim. Here is Boom Alliance on the turf last time. He has raced on the all-weather. Indeed, he has placed a couple of times on this surface. We'll have to carry the top weight for the class drop though.
Look, he has been placed off for a 66 rating before. He's down to a 39 rating. This is his first start ever in Hong Kong into Class 5. So he's in the right grade, and he's been working with Russian Emperor. So look, he's been working with a Group 1 horse. The horse has been going nicely enough. He finished off strongly. So, yeah, I've definitely included him.
That is a good start for the race-by-race preview, with Boom Alliance getting the tick from Paul. The second replay's over the 2,000, so back in trip. Fiery Flying has been consistent. What about Starship 80 coming back onto the all-weather?
Very fit horse. He's had plenty of runs already this season and has run on the all-weather as well. So both these two horses, I think, are legitimate chances. Fiery Flying, a lot of these horses, I think there's 12 that haven't won a race. Fiery Flying being one of those. Couple of seconds, couple of thirds. So, look, he goes in, and, yeah, the other one, Starship 80, with the blinkers coming off from a nice barrier, barrier number 6, has been placed on the surface. He seems one pace, but, look, I'll put him in on a mine on it.
All right, that is that replay. Happy Hero winning that race. And our final replay, Starship 80 features again here. Pierrong Racing Stables could sponsor these replays because it's very effective, but he turns them out plenty of times.
He's about to sponsor every race. Either way, he's definitely getting these horses running so well at the moment. He's having a great season, Pierre. And look, he got really wide, this horse, and finished off really strongly. He did Starship 80. So, yeah, definitely wanted to include him, as I said. Green Laser close to the inside. I think he's going to have a tough run. He's just got a wide draw to overcome. But good run once again from Starship 80.
Chiron, who's just gone out of shot, has won course and distance, and Star of Glory, his best form has been on the turf. You're going to make a case for a horse that's coming up on screen right now called Diamond Forever.
Yeah, I can't see he's pulling quite a lot. He's really keen here on this all-weather surface. He's by Zoo Star. He's trialled well, and he's out of a American-bred mare. So he's totally bred for it, and both his all-weather trials I thought have been quite good. It's wide open, this race, so I wanted to take a chance on one of the new boys on the block.
And there you go. So there's your on-top selection.
Yeah, going to go with him, and I think he's a good chance in this. I mean, it's a wide open race, and he should be a double-figure price. Diamond Forever, Boom Alliance, and Starship 80 Fiery Flying. We've talked about all those three, but Diamond Forever, happy to go each way about him.
Race 1, number 3, each way, Diamond Forever for Paul to kick it off on Sunday afternoon. The Class 5s out again in race number 2, but they're back to the 1,200 metres for this one, with Lucky Fun at the top of the book on the class drop. He's a 2-time course and distance winner. Strive for Glory raced on Wednesday night. August Moon has the blinkers off, the pacifiers with cows going on. Noble One back in trip has trialled well up at Chung Fa since his last start. Happy Tango comes up with a wide draw again, but does have early speed. All is Ready's a last start winner. He carries an extra £7. Call Me Teddy, the blinkers off, and Super Joy has a crossover noseband going on. A number of these like to lead, Paul, so good tempo. Happy Tango, Miracles goes forward. We've seen Call Me Teddy show pace in the past, not so much recently, and Strive for Glory. He's back here, but he's gone forward in the past too.
He did, and he went forward on Wednesday, so he's having a really quick backup. But on the all-weather, he generally goes back, so I thought he might go back there. All is Ready. I think he'll be happy to take a bit of cover there. And Happy Tango's probably got the best speed of a lot of them, so I think he can get across.
Class dropper kicks off our replays. It is Lucky Fun. There he is, a sixth turning for home. This is 2 starts ago. He's had a seventh on the turf over the 1400 since. 134 pounds, proven course and distance.
Definitely has. Hasn't won for a while. That's the only thing with this horse. He's in the bottom grade, so he is in the right grade. He's got to carry the big weight. And he's a 2-time winner over the course and distance. So there's some positives there for him. But he generally does this. He needs luck in the running because he just gets back and runs on.
Gareth Teaton will ride him for Pierre Ung. Next replay is Happy Tango. This is around Happy Valley, but he too won't mind the surface switch. And Charming Steve's just had one go on the all-weather. Last
win was off a rating of 50. He's now rated 34. And I think if he can get to the front and dictate, he could be tough to run down. There was a lot of money for him this night. He was green lamped. He might have even been brown lamped, and he was just beaten by a better horse on the night. But coming back to the surface, quite like him, and he is in a little bit of form at the moment. All right, that's a good report for Happy Tango out of the Me Choi barn. And finally, last start winner, All Is Ready. There is the grey on the outside. This over the 1200 also. He's trialled quite well since behind Gorgeous Win after this race. Yeah, I'm going to include him as well. All Is Ready, because he's another one that's found some form. He's still really well rated because he's up to a 32 rating, and he has won off 37 in the past, so he's more than capable. And Mike Newnham's got this horse going really well. He was unlucky at his debut run this season, and he's come out and won here, so the horse is looking good at the moment. Luke Ferraris rides him once again. Similar draw, barrier 4, the win, barrier number 5 this week. This Class 5, I'm not going to say it's easy, but easier than the first? Well, maybe. Okay. They never are on this all-weather class-wise. Happy Tango for me, though. I'm going to put Happy Tango on top. I think he's just a well-rated horse who's going well at the moment. All Is Ready. He's the last start winner. Noble One's a horse we haven't talked about. He's run second off 54, and he's down to this 37 rating. He'll need a bit of luck. He's drawn wide. And Strive for Glory. I'm going to put him in the backup. Second start back in Class 5. Last time he was on the surface in Class 4, he ran a really nice third behind Magic Supreme. 8, 9, 6 and 3. So the backer-upper, Strive for Glory from Wednesday night, goes into Paul's top 4 for race number 2. Preview time for race number 3 right now, and we remain on the all-weather for this one. We go up a grade to Class 4 into the 1800 metres. And Amazing Teens has the pacifiers going back on. Nordic Star to the 1800 metres. Harry's Hero all-weather debut. He did one on the Tapeta over just short of 1900 at Wolverhampton. Can't Go Wong has the visor off. Mission Bravo extra £4 on his last start win. Righteous Doctrine is minus the blinkers. Blissful Star is minus the visor, but the blinkers go on. And Ninja Derby has the hood coming off. So big field of 14 to run here. Capacity field for the third. Good run to the first turn, and Mission Bravo, who has been racing well this season, Paul, and rewarded with that win last time leading. Yeah, he likes to go forward. Nebula likes to go forward. Lucky Banner likes to go forward. Amazing Teens over this distance and track, he likes to go forward. It's a decent run to the first bend, so I think he could try and get across outside Mission Bravo. Firm's drawn the inside. Pakistan Friend there. Back for Blissful Star, all in mind. Righteous Doctrine gets back. Nordic Star and Harry's Hero, I think we have to go to the back. We have an interview now with the trainer of the likely leader in the race, Mission Bravo. It's Nick with Mark Newnham.
Mark, Mission Bravo must be a bit of a favourite of yours, and he got his head in front last time, and it was a hard-fought victory. He must have been pleased with the way he did it.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, he started the season in good form, narrowly beaten first time out, showed improvement second time and got the job done. Like for me, the pleasing aspect of the win was that he was able to settle in running. They didn't go a strong gallop, and previously he's fairly aggressive in his races. So it was good to see that he's not just a one-dimensional leader. He actually settled outside the lead and quickened. He did a really good job.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about that because obviously, for those that don't know, you obviously trained this horse in Australia. I went back through the archives and found his Hawkesbury win. He didn't lead that day, but it was good to see him do it the sort of the reverse way last time, I suppose.
Yeah, and look, the puzzling part of his career is that he won on the turf in Australia, and now he just doesn't perform at all on there. But the all-weather's his track, and he finds another race on Sunday that suits him. He's maintained good form since his last win. We just had to wait until the right race came up.
he goes back up in trip as well. He's a course and distance winner, so I guess that holds no fears also.
No, not at all. And look, he went over to Happy Valley for a trial over 1700 last Saturday. Finished at the tail of the field, but that's what he does on the grass. But it was just a maintenance trial to keep his fitness levels up with a step up in distance.
You stripped the headgear off him as well. What was the thinking behind that? Just to sort of change a few things up with him, given that he's probably getting a bit older.
Yeah. Oh, look, you just got to get them thinking a little bit differently. He's been here a fair while now, but look, he seems bright and fresh and well in himself.
He's got a fairly good thing going with his rider too. Luke does seem to get a really good tune out of him, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Look, they get on really well, and he's ridden him both times this season, and they get on pretty well.
Mission Bravo, who beat home Lucky Banner and All Are Mine in his last race. So we'll move on, Paul, to Yichong Warrior running 4th. All Are Mine features here running 7th. Do you have either of these two in?
I really like Yichong Warrior. I'm actually going to go with him. I thought it was a really good run here for 4th. Now, he's on a rating that he's won off before, Yichong Warrior. He's never raced on the surface before. He's trialled well on it. He's by Animal Kingdom, and he's at a reduced choice mare, so he's absolutely bred for in the purple for the all-weather. It wasn't the best place to be against the rail there, and I thought it was a good run to stay 4th, so happy with him.
All right, that's a confident Paul around Yichong Warrior. Amazing Teens had a couple of starts on the turf at his most recent 2 outings. Was very good at Happy Valley 2 starts ago. Relishes the dirt under his feet, though.
He does. He loves it, and especially the course and distance here. He's a 3-time course and distance winner. He's won 4 times in the class. The highest he's won off is 58. He is slightly higher at 60 with a barrier of 14. He might just have to work a little bit to get across, but he's on the right surface. James McDonald aboard. Has run 2nd of 59 before, so you'd have to do a career best to win, but in saying that, I've got him in on a minor line because he's going well.
And we know who's in on top to win race number 3.
Yeah, I'm going to go with this first starter, just purely the way he's been racing and also with the breeding. So 13, Yichong Warrior, Mission Bravo from the front, Amazing Teens, and MM Nebula. Now he's running another one that runs really well on this particular surface, has won it already this season, albeit in Class 5. He's got to do it here at the bottom of Class 4. 13, 5, 1 and 14.
And if you're a treble punter, race number 3 is the first leg of the early treble. Plenty of first starters line up in race number 4, and potentially one of the most shortest priced favourites of the day is amongst them. Gets underway at 2:30 local time. Telecom Dragon, his last start winner, carries an extra £4 for it. Classic Moon, cheek pieces off, blinkers and a crossover noseband go on. First starters Fruity Warrior and Happy Deer. Kaying Rising, Mr Maestro on debut, and Nishikado raced wide at Happy Valley last time. Lady Billy's been back to the trial since her debut, and down the bottom we've got Strath Pepper, who's placed 2 from 4 course and distance. But the focus here, Paul, is going to be Kaying Rising, and where does he land?
I think he'll be right on the pace because he's been on the pace and he's had 5 trials and he's won them all, so he should be close. Speedy Fortune, I think he led in that trial. One of the trials that Kaying Rising was in. Joyful Life should get a nice run. He can go forward. Strath Pepper can go forward. Telecom Dragon should get a nice run. I think everyone will get their opportunity. Fruity Warrior is showing nothing. Early pace in his trials.
All right, I think I'm going to call him Rotten Fruit then for a second. Just early pace, no. So that's Fruity Warrior, but we're going to focus with David Hayes right now. He spoke to Nick about Kaying Rising.
David, Kaying Rising looks a very interesting runner on debut. Obviously, this is his first run, but what he's done at trials has looked pretty impressive.
Yeah, I'm not sure the quality that he's been beating, but he's looked very impressive in his trials. It's good to see that he's transferred his Australian trial form to Hong Kong. He had 3 trials in Australia and he won them all. And he's come up here and won all his trials quite convincingly here. So I know Zach likes him, and hopefully he puts it on. You never know until you put him down on race day under proper pressure, but the signs are looking good.
What have been his sort of main or key attributes that you've seen so far? I mean, having a look at his trials, he does look to travel well, doesn't he?
Yeah, he travels well, and we haven't really tested him late. So he's done it under his own steam. He doesn't over-race. He does it quite stylishly. He's well educated. And in Australia, we did test him before we brought him here, and he really extended very well. So hopefully we see that on Sunday.
And you've mixed it up with him as well. So he's been up to Chung Fa. How has he dealt with all that as far as his sort of a piece of preparation? I mean, for these young horses going up and back, I suppose it can have an effect on them.
Well, worldwide horses travel, and I think it sort of stimulates them a bit. He's been up and back. His feed intake in Chung Fa is actually better than Sha Tin, more relaxed environment. So I like to get my young horses up there and they get the use of that wonderful grass track.
Just on this horse's history thus far, obviously, went back through sort of the notes, and he was with your sons over in Australia, so you're certainly keeping it in the family. And what was their opinion of him early doors?
He grew on them. There was no huge rap on him when he first started, but as he got up to galloping and trialling, he always looked a very Hong Kong class horse.
I had a look at his pedigree as well, David. His mother actually stayed up over a mile and a quarter. So do you think he's a horse who, in time, might sort of stretch out a bit?
Hard to imagine with the speed, but he's got. When you look at him, he's quite a immature, scopy type. And punters must remember he's only 3, so he won't be pushed too hard this season.
Just a nice horse to sort of get going, and I imagine you're looking forward to him.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing him step out, and hopefully he can produce his trial form.
And David Hayes there, Ka Ying Rising. Now, our first replay, Paul, features Speedy Fortune, who's wide turning for home here. He fades. Telecom Dragon only had the 4 starts. His last 2 have been very good, including this victory.
Should have won 2 starts ago when he ran 4th off a really slow pace behind Super Legends. And this is way back, and he really stretched out late and managed to cop the Regent Glory late and beat him. Now, this... the best part of this run for sure was this last sort of 100 metres. That's Ka Ying Chair is going to run later on the card on the inside as well. Really like the way he stretched out and won this.
A good report for Telecom Dragon. James McDonald takes over from the injured Hugh Bowman. Final replay has a Strathpeffer running second. He got a perfect trip through on the inside, and they went pretty good tempo in this race. Yeah, they did. And look, he had every chance, Strathpeffer, but he rode. He raced really well here behind Raging Blizzard, who looked like winner waiting to happen. So it was a nice run from him. He's tried in all different distances, Strathpeffer, by done deal, but he's obviously got the speed from the dam side, because he runs sort of well over 1,200. He's run well down the straight 1,000 as well. So look, I've got him in on a minor line. I thought he had every chance, but he still ran well. He did. There he is, as Paul said, being beaten by Raging Blizzard there at his most recent outing. Are you going Ka Ying Rising, or are you going something to beat him? We're going to go something to beat him. Just what David Hayes was saying there about the trials. I'm just not sure what he beat. But look, you can only win your trials. He's won 5. I've got him in second, but I'm going to go with Telecom Dragon. He's got the experience under his belt. So 1 to beat 6. Joyful Life comes out of the same race as Meep Meep, who's going to race one of the favourites later in the card, I should say. So he goes in for 3rd, and Strathpeffer for 4th. 1, 6, 5 and 12. That is the preview for race number 4, the first leg of the Triple Trio. We move on to race number 5 now, and looking at the 5th on the card, it is a Class 4 over the 1,200 metres. Euro Rocks cheek pieces off, the blinkers go on. He's on the class drop, as is Greenwich, who's got a visor added. Everyone's Victory is a 3-time course and distance winner, as is Flying Dragon. Sparkling Dolphin has performed only over the 1,000 on the turf course. Fast Buck placed only time course and distance, and that was behind Magic Supreme 2 starts ago. Panda Legend now with Chris So, who's added a tongue tie and given him 3 trials. And Dan Attack has won a trial since finishing down the track first up behind Telecom Dragon, who runs in race number 4. Greenwich, barrier number 1, Paul. Sparkling Dolphin will go forward, but has to be vulnerable in the last furlong, doesn't he? You'd think so, wouldn't you? Here's one a trial on the all-weather, so the surface should be okay. Smart Folks likes to lead as well, so he's going to come across, put pressure on. Speedy Smarty's led in the past, so there's going to be good pace in this race. Panda Legend can tuck in behind, Dan Attack likewise, Euro Rocks, I should say, and Judy's great, just having his 2nd start. Nick's been out and about with his trusty microphone again, and this time he threw it in the face of Frankie Law.
Frankie, Everyone's Victory, interesting horse on Sunday's programme. He's back in grade, and he's back on the all-weather.
Yes, I think everyone knows this horse is back. It's good on the dirt. Yeah, so now he's dropped down to Class 4. I think it should be a good chance. Only this time it's draw 12.
He's a bit of a hold-up horse though, Frankie. So how big a negative is gate 12? I mean, sometimes on the all-weather, a lot of the jockeys say that they want to be sort of out of the kickback and maybe wide. So is 12 necessarily the worst place?
You know, last season he drew 10. He'll and why him. He also win the race. But I think similar to last time, he jump and maybe if he can get second, third, fourth should be okay. Yeah, second last. Yeah.
This is his third run of the season. Obviously, last time on turf. I mean, his form is sort of non-existent on the turf. Just when he gets into this grade, that's when he can be really dangerous, isn't it? I mean, he just struggles that bit in Class 3.
Yes. You know, Class 3, I also run him on the dirt, but you know, Class 3 is usually quite strong. He have two times he close, but still cannot win. So that's why I need to drop him down to Class 4.
Yeah, look at his record. This guy, I mean, 50% top 3 finishes. So he's, for his owners and everyone, his connections, he's been a really fun horse, hasn't he? Really?
Yes. Also, these owners really support me. So I think he's happy for this horse. Yeah.
Frankie talking around everyone's victory. Paul's going to make a very strong case for him shortly also. But some of the rivals, Paul, include Flying Dragon running down the 1,000 metres last time. He's on a 7-day backup.
Yeah, back to the surface looks good for him. I mean, he's a 3-time winner. Flying Dragon, he gets the claim as well. So he looks really well placed. And it was a good run on the turf from him because I think he's better on the all-weather. And he finished off quite strongly in this particular race behind a very good horse in Wunderbar, who's 2 from 2 now. So, look, the way he's going, you'll probably start close to favourite, a second favourite, I'm guessing, Flying Dragon. But, look, he's on the right surface. He's got a good draw and he's got the claim. So he's got plenty of positives there.
The report around Flying Dragon last Saturday down the straight. We move on now to Smiling Collector. He's been a bit like the stamp collector that's lost their favourite stamp. There hasn't been too much to smile about with him. He's a bit frustrating.
Definitely. Look, I've always had time for this horse, but I can't catch him at the moment. This fourth was good from him. He's changing surfaces. He's coming to the all-weather. He's had one go on the all-weather and didn't do too much, to be fair, on race day. So, look, I've sort of left him out this time. You know what happens when that happens, but look, it was a nice enough run, but he's just so hard to catch.
Yeah, beaten 2 1/4 behind Holy Lake, and Gluck Racer managed to get past him late there. So that's the frustrating Smiling Collector. Greenwich, good draw, barrier number 1. There he is leading in this trial, and he led all of the way to score. Does go up to £135 for the class drop, though.
Yeah, I think he'll probably start favourite. This horse was Zach aboard from barrier number 1. Look, the surface, as you can see from this trial, is going to hold no problem for him whatsoever. With Greenwich, this is his first go on the surface under race day conditions, but the trial was pretty strong.
It was, and that is Ka Ying Chia, who is running second to him, and he ended up winning that trial by a length and a quarter. But Frankie Law's given his thoughts on everyone's victory, and you're going to give your positive thoughts as well.
Yeah, I was looking for a long shot, and I thought he might be a double-figure price. Everyone's victory downgraded in this race with the likes of Greenwich and Flying Dragon in. So 3 to beat 2 and 4. I put 11 down attacking on the back of his trial win on the surface. He's a horse that always works well, but hasn't done it on race day yet. 3, 2, 4, 11.
That is race number 5 and the preview, and also the first leg of the 6-up. As race 6 spins up in the background, it also spins up as the feature race of the afternoon, the trophy race, the Peninsula Golden Jubilee Challenge Cup over the 1200. Good field this. Kirpany blinkers off, pacifiers go on. Cheng Cheng Prince looking to win his first 1200 metre all-weather race. He's won twice on the turf over this distance. Majestic Star's a 2-time course and distance winner. Youthful Deal, he's won 4 over the 1200. Drops back in trip. True Legend, 2-time winner over the 1200 on the turf. Struggles class 2 though. And Exponential having his 3rd run in this grade and his first run on the all-weather here. Looking at the pace, Paul Campione goes forward. Kirpany showed plenty of speed in a recent trial too.
Yeah, he might take Campione on, but Campione shows really good pace here on the all-weather. Exponential's a leader. True Legend's a leader over longer, more over the 1650 for him, so he might get trapped wide. Pecking Treadmill's an on-pace runner. Pinghai Galaxy led in a recent trial. Plenty of pace in this race.
There is good, fast, anticipated speed, and we do start with a horse that was leading for home in Packing Treadmill last time. He's a very consistent horse. Well, Hewitson rides him again, and that's Flying Ace at the back, and surely a winner's close for him, isn't it?
You'd think so, wouldn't you? And he's by Swiss Ace, and that progeny goes really well here on the surface. He's out of a Danehill Dancer mare as well. So plenty of breeding, and he has won a couple of trials on the all-weather. Never raced on it before. He's got Zach Purton aboard, and look, he's a winner waiting to happen. This is a very strong race. Helios Express. Packing Treadmill has to give away a bit of weight. That just was the little query I had with him.
All right, but still a pretty good push for that pair despite the weight around Packing Treadmill. We picked this race up at the 550 metre mark where True Legend, who was mentioned, probably better in something easier. Cheng Cheng Prince is out there 3 wide. Now, this race was over the 1650 where he has excelled, raced wide and won. And Youthful Dealer's back there on the inside. We'll leave out True Legend because a win would surprise. What of the other two?
I like Cheng Cheng Prince. I know 1650 is his go, although he has won twice over 1200. Has run second of a rating in the 90s, 93 off this over 1200 metres. With all the pace in the race, he'll get his opportunity. Youthful Deal went up from 71 to 80 up to 90, and then has sort of failed in those last 3 runs over 90. Trialled really well since. I just wonder if he sort of reached his mark. All
right, he did get checked in the straight there, and it was 1650, so the drop back in distance does look a plus for him. Now, this is Kerpenny's trial. Comes in with £135, but Casper's gone the £10 claim, so 125 on his back.
Yeah, so he looks really well positioned in this race at Kerpenny, and he's trialled really well. Look, he's hard to leave out because he's just so well rated, and he's an easy sort of push button horse. The only thing in this race is there's a bit of pressure with Campione on. But look, I've included him. I think he'll run well.
And he is proven on the surface too as Kerpenny. He's won over the 1200 metres with those pacifiers going on wide draw, but he's got the early speed, the flashy chestnut in the maroon and yellow. So do we lower the goggles, tie up the scarf, put the flying hat on, and away we go?
Yes, Biggles. We're going to go with Flying Ace on top here. I think he can win. Cheng Cheng Prince with the pace in the race. Ping Eye Galaxy we didn't talk about, but he's won a recent trial and he's good on the surface, and Kerpenny well rated. 4, 3, 6 and 1.
Flying Ace to win race number 6, and it takes off at 3:35. Race 6 might have been the feature, but race number 7 is a good field. It's a Class 3 over the 1650, and Super Wind Dragon jumps up in trip. He has placed twice over this distance. Fiery Diamond, all of his wins have been over the 1200 metres. Perfect Team victorious course and distance 2 runs ago. Adderfield, a wider draw, and it goes out to barrier number 11 after running over the 1200 last time, so we Joy's trialled. Following the 7th behind Perfect Team, Viva Hunter has the blinkers off. Kimberley blinkers off, pacifiers with cows going on. Solar Goods on a 7-day backup, and Red Acclaim will wear pacifiers for the first time. Speed from Yellowfin, Fiery Diamond. Poor old Adderfield. If there's more luckless horse as far as on the all-weather goes in Hong Kong and having no luck in his runs, it's got to be him, doesn't it?
It does. I mean, he's drawn 11, so he likes to go forward. So does Fiery Diamond, so does Yellowfin up and trip. Red Acclaim's going to be a lot closer, I think, up and trip as well. Viva Hunter on the surface for Red Acclaim. Viva Hunter, another forward runner. Super Wind Dragon was the only horse that made ground when he ran 4th on the surface 2 starts ago. So we join Lavero, Perfect Team, Solar Go-Go and Kimberley, I think, will get back.
Perfect Team was a winner 2 starts ago. He has finished down the track on the turf since then. Viva Hunter's up outside the speed. Adderfield's 3 wide. So we Joy. He's had a quietish trial, but did make some ground behind Kerpenny. We saw that trial back in race number 6. So what about Adderfield in this race, which was over the distance of 1200 metres, 1650.
Yeah, I'm going to put him in Adderfield, but he's going to get a bad run, I think, just from that draw. So I've only got him in on the minor line, but he's so honest. He's a very hard horse to leave out, and he did stay on nicely here for 3rd.
All right, that is our first replay. He also comes up in the second one, Adderfield. This is the race over 1200 metres. He's actually down on the rail this day. Ended up running 4th behind Smoky Bear. James McDonald gets the ride once again.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get the same sort of run that he got here, unfortunately. But one positive is he should be out of the kickback. Look, he stayed on it once again. So, sort of what we're highlighting here, he's a very honest horse, isn't he? Especially on the surface by deep field. He's a 3-time winner on it at Adderfield. So, look, as I said, I'm going to include him. And he did stay on nicely there for 4th.
He's had 2 starts, course and distance for 2 placings, and both of his wins have been over the 1,200 metres. Final replay, before we get to some track work, features Yellowfin, who's done a good job. Ended up running 6th in this race on the turf. Comes to the all-weather for the first time, but his trials have looked very at home on it.
He does. He looks really good on the surface. So the only little query I had is he's up in trip, so he's got to go up to 1650 now. Does Yellowfin. He's been racing over 1,400 metres recently. So just an extra 250 metres is probably my bigger worry more than the surface. In saying that, I'm still going to include him, but not on a win line. But you can see him just sort of fading out a little bit here. But this is a very strong race he was in.
Drombeg Banners won against Sin, Screen and White. Luckless there. Beauty Fit's been racing well, and Blue Marlin was running on out wide. Red Acclaim, Paul. Here's a track work, Paul, for Red Acclaim. What have you liked about his track work and also what he's done overseas?
Yeah, look, he's a 2-time winner overseas. He's only had the 2 starts here in Hong Kong. Did run over at Happy Valley last time and ran on a bit. Now, he's by Acclaim. Acclaim, of course, is the side of Heaven Aguila. When Heaven Aguila went onto the surface, he looked a different horse. I think the same thing could happen here with Red Acclaim.
All right, so he's the one to beat for you.
Yeah, he is. I'm going to have him on top, Red Acclaim. Look, I just think he can win this race from Super Wind Dragon, who was very impressive 2 starts ago when he ran 4th on the surface. Yellowfin and Adderfield we spoke about. 11, 1, 5 and 4.
There it is, the preview for race number 7. Red Acclaim for Paul to beat Super Wind Dragon, Yellowfin and Adderfield. Straight 1,000 on the turf for race number 8. And again, a pretty good field coming up here. It's a Class 3 event with Flying High, who's won 4 times course and distance. Pleasant Endeavour carries an extra £6 for a senior rider in this. Ace One has his first time in Hong Kong over 1,000. Run Cool has won off a rating 75, 72 and 60. He's off 71. Sparkling Night off a second behind Invincible Sage. Must Go was trained by the Hayes boys. He's with John Size here in Hong Kong and has only had the 1 trial. Northern Beaches comes back in trip. Only For You was known as Heir Apparent when trained by Alan Sharrock in New Zealand. Superb Kid, he's a first starter for Francis Loy, and Summit Cheers went one of his better races in this grade last time. Alexi Bedell rides him for David Hall. Sparkling Night, Paul, Metro Warrior and Northern Beaches tucks into a good spot on the outside.
Yeah, he's drawn nicely in 13, Northern Beaches, so he should be able to get a good run. Pleasant Endeavour has drawn well. He won't be too far away. Summit Cheers, I think, can come across. Metro Warrior is always on the pace. Must Go, the first starter, showing a little bit of pace, but he's only had the 1 trial. He wasn't really let go, so there's a query about where he's going to end up. Only You and Superb Kid, the other 2 first starters, have shown no early speed.
Flying High is in our first replay, ends up running 30. He's been very consistent down the straight. Metro Warriors not normally missing too many of these races. Pleasant Endeavour likewise, and Sparkling Night not quite as sharp in this, but he has run some good races this season.
He has, definitely has. Look, I'm going to take a couple out of this. I like Flying High. He's so consistent. Just has to give a bit of weight to a few. And Pleasant Endeavour, he's another one that's has been placed off a lot higher rating. He's drawn the outside fence, so I think he's going to get a better run. And he did stay on nicely enough here without too much room. So both those 2 go in for me.
Geez, a nice horse, the winner.
He isn't he? Invincible Sage.
Yeah.
Very good.
He picked them up so easily there. Hopefully we see him again very, very soon. This is a better run by Sparkling Night in this replay. Pleasant Endeavour 5th. And Summit Cheers, who doesn't have great form in Class 3, but there was some merit in this run.
It was a slowly run race for 1,000 metres, and he came off for a really slow pace and ran 3rd. I thought it was a really good run. If he's going to win a race in Hong Kong, I think in this grade, this could be it for Summit Cheers. And he ran up against Invincible Sage, and again, we see Invincible Sage winning this. Better run too from Pleasant Endeavour. I mean, these horses, for this grade, they walked early. And for Invincible Sage and Summit Cheers and a Pleasant Endeavour, mind you, to get that close, I thought it was really good runs from them.
Oh, it's a good push for that pair. That's Shiro Rocks getting through late. He runs on the all-weather at the same program. Over the page on our sheets to Northern Beaches now, who's 1 out, 1 back, turning for home here. He's done a pretty good job this time in. He's up 3 wide. This field's certainly no harder than what he raced here, but what about at the 1,000?
That's the query. He's had 1 time over the course and distance here, and he didn't really do too much. He's also raced at Happy Valley over the course and over the distance as well, and didn't do too much, but he wasn't really in good form at that stage. He's been in good form recently. He's got a good draw. I don't think this is an overly strong Class 3,000 metres, so I think he's definitely going to get his opportunity.
All right, that is Galaxy Patch jogging up to win that race. Speed Swords had one start here in Hong Kong. He ends up running fifth. He's well back turning for home as we roll the replay. Now, he's only raced over 1,100 at Wyong before arriving, and he was victorious.
He was. Look, he was slow away here, and this is only his second start. That just worries me a little bit, but it was a very eye-catching run, no question whatsoever. If it was 1,200 metres, I'd be really quite keen on this horse because he did finish off nicely. Mugen came off a fast pace and won this race really nicely. But look, I'm going to just watch him over 1,000 straight.
Okay, a little bit too short for Speed Sword, perhaps. Must go, just the one trial, but John Sires must be happy with him to have him in for his first start. He only had one start in Australia too, and that was over 1,100 metres at Moe.
And he won that as well, so just 1 for 1. Look, he's not being let go. It's a typical John Sires trial. The horse stays wide, but obviously he's got a little bit of speed because he sort of jogged up to them about here. It's just the one trial, which worries me a little bit with any of these horses coming to Hong Kong. But obviously, as you say, I'm not to question John because he's been champion trainer so many years, and he's obviously happy with the horse. Very interesting runner how he goes.
He is, and he comes from the Hay stable.
He does.
Double check, but he does.
Yeah, no, he does. Yeah.
Who do you like?
Going to go with the 13 Summit Chairs on top here. I think he can break through in Class 3. This is not a strong race. Northern Beach is second, Pleasant Endeavour flying high. 13.921.
That is race number 8. It's the first leg of the late treble. 1,400 metres on the C+3 for race number 9 here. We've got a class dropper at the top of the book. That is a Ka Ying Cheer. Only had the 3 starts for a win and a couple of placings. Holy Lake last start winner, only goes up £2 for it. Chili Barbar, he had his first look over the 1,400 2 starts ago. This time in and ran 7th, then the same distance, backed it up and ran 3rd. This is his 4th try after having a 6th last season. Dream Pursuer cheek pieces off, blinkers go on. Meep's been back to the trial since a debut second to I Give. Golden Bulls plays 3 from 7 course and distance. River Views likes to go forward. Yeah Boy has the blinkers going back on, and King of the Court has the blinkers coming off. River Views, Paul Barry, number 3, £10 claim equals lead, doesn't it?
Yeah, I think so. I think he can just go straight to the front. Ka Ying Cheer likes to lead, but he's got a little bit of a claim as well. I think he'll be happy to sit outside. Freefall can make advantage of it, take advantage of a good inside draw. Mimi up to 1,400 metres should get a nice run along with Holy Lake. Yeah, Boy, when he won his race, he led, didn't he? But he's been going back recently and he is back in trip.
Now we've got Ka Ying Cheer in the first replay. As you said, claim around River Views and also Ka Ying Cheer. Youthful exuberance could be some issue here with the pace that these two possess early.
Yeah, it could well be. I would have said that last year, but I think Angus has matured into a good jockey here. So as such, I think he won't get into that speed battle and let River Views go. I think he's a good chance. Ka Ying Cheer, all 3 runs have been pretty good. He's won 1 and he's run 3rd and a couple of others. I've got him in 3rd. I think he can run well once again.
All right, that is for Pierre Ong, and he has placed once over the 1,400 in that race behind a Super Winner. Replay number 2, and we've got Holy Lake, who had to really dig deep to run down more of courage, but from good draws in his last 2 over 1,400, he's racing well.
2 starts ago, he was a really big price. He ran 2nd behind Fun Together. Fun Together's come out and won again since, so that's a good form race. And then he's backed it up with this win. So he's held his form really well for those 2 starts. And he's only had 7 starts in his career. So, look, I think he was a Griffin originally here in Hong Kong. He's just taken a little time to mature. He's still only a 3-year-old. I like the way he finished off this race strongly. I'm going to include him as well. I think he's quite progressive.
That's a good report for that runner, being Holy Lake. Now, our final replay is Meep, who ended up running 2nd behind the inform I Give on debut.
He did, didn't he? And look, you can see him on the rail there, finishing off this race really strongly over 1,200 metres. I Give just keeps winning. He's won again last weekend. So I think this is a fantastic debut run from this horse. He just finished off the race nice and strongly here over the 1,200 metres. 1,400 metres looks absolutely ideal for him. So I think he's going to be tough to beat.
All right, that's a good report for our final replay there in race number 9. So on to the selections, and if you're on a highway and Roadrunner goes...
Meep, meep. I think he can win this race. Meep, meep. So he's on top, meep, meep, to beat Holy Lake, Kaying Chair, and also Dream Pursue is drawn wide once again, but he can run on. 6-2, 1 and 4 here in race number 9.
And we'll be back with more cartoons very shortly on the Race by Race preview. Final race is the 10th, and it is again on the turf. It's over the 1,400 metres, and Awesome Fluke has his Hong Kong debut coming up. He's had the 5 trials out of the Founds stable. Never Too Soon's shooting for 3 in a row, carries an extra £7, wide draw and a track switch. Massive Action's a 2-time winner over the 1,400 metres. Brilliant Way comes back in distance. Golden Samurai's been favourite. His last 3 starts, won 1, defeated in 2. Parterre's trialled third. Behind Watch Buddy, and also How Deep Is Your Love since finishing down the track. Midori Burley is having his first start in Hong Kong, and we go right down to Rattan Kingdom, who's placed 2 from 4 course and distance. The pace here, Paul, well, easy one. Massive Action only knows one thing, doesn't he?
He goes straight forward and leads, doesn't he? I think Super 10 can go forward. Brilliant Way likes to go forward. Winner Method back to 1,400 metres. Won't be far away. Pins Prince, who get a nice run again from his draw. Parterre, Rattan Kingdom. Blue Marlin, he'll just need some sort of luck from his barrier number 12, but I think he can tuck in okay. Midori Burley, the first starter, he hasn't shown too much early speed. He went back in his trials. Blue Marlin, Midori Burley could be an name in Quinella.
Yes, I like your thinking around that, but we start with Frankie Law around Massive Action with Nick.
Frankie, Massive Action is a horse that you're happy to go to the well again with. A 2-week break, but he was pretty good in defeat last time.
Yes, I think this season his forms comes quite good, and last start he still finished close, finished 4th, and he's easy to ride. Just jump and lead in front, and if the jockeys hold the pace good, I think he will really close or he can win again. Yeah.
Yeah, he gets on well with Lyle here. It's drawn gate 2 as well, so he's got another really nice draw.
Yeah, I think last time also draw 2, but it's good. Good draws should be better for him. Yeah.
There is a bit of pace in the race. Now, having a look at it on paper, there are a few that like to go forward. Does your horse need sort of everything to go right in front to be seen at his best?
I think should be, if he can get a rail, should be better. Lead in front. I don't mind some horses maybe beside him. Still okay, yeah.
Frankie, talk to me about his head carriage. He just seems to carry the head a bit high. Is there anything that you read into that, or is that just him?
Just him, because when he comes to Hong Kong, it's like this. So that's why I put shallow on. So I hope he can drop down a little bit the head, yeah.
There is a Frankie Law talking about the grey there in the likely leader, Massive Action. Never Too Soon, Paul. He was struggling to win 1. Now he's won 3 in his career, including 2 in a row. Can it continue, though?
Yeah, I mean, that's the question. Both these 2 wins have been in Happy Valley. He's got to come and do it to Sha Tin. Prefer to see him at Happy Valley the way he's racing, to be honest. But look, he will run out of races there, and that's why he's come here. He's drawn 13. He'll get back. If he does reproduce his form, he's definitely a chance. Look, I haven't included him because I wanted to see him do it here at Sha Tin after being in form here at Happy Valley. Now, his previous one was at Sha Tin, so he is capable.
OK, that is Never Too Soon. Now, this is a strong race we're about to look at here. Parterre fades. Trial right has been OK. Trial since has been OK. Blue Marlin was slow away, but it was a hot field, and he did a good job to run 4th and came into the race in great form.
He did, didn't he? Look, he's won 2 or 3 this season. When he did win 2 starts ago, bet Outgate, who came in immediately out and won. So, look, the horse has been in great form. He just had no luck in this race whatsoever, and he finished off so strongly, Blue Marlin. The winner's gone on and won again, Drawn Big Banner. The second horse, I think, has got rating points in hand, and Beauty Fitz run a couple of really good races. So these 4 went sort of clear, and I think with any sort of run he can win this.
Does have a wide draw again. Barrier 13, Barrier 12 this week, but James McDonald to steer him.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with Blue Marlin on top. I think he can win the last. He comes out of that really strong form race. Massive Action from the front will be out of trouble. Winner Method up back to 1,400 metres. Doesn't really win over the 14, but has been placed. And Golden Samurai, he's drawn wide. He needs a bit of luck. 4, 5, 2, 8.
Sha Tin Sunday, 10 races, 4 on the turf, 6 on the all-weather, the rail in the C+3, and the first gets underway at 1 o'clock local time.